Hi everybody. So I just got back from the Horus Heresy Open Day, which is weird as I kind of didn't expect to be going. And also there's loads and loads of new releases, so we'll briefly have a look at those, but mostly I'm just going to give you a little tour. So the last day of Warhammer Fest is upon us, and that was Horus Heresy Day, which is the massive new release for summer. And one of the big things that involved was the Horus Heresy Open Day, a ticket that sold out very, very quickly. And something they're trying, which seemed a bit new, which was to get a load of social media makers, content creators, influencers, I suppose, and bring them in and give them a sort of big preview of all the stuff they're releasing. Now, I did not get invited to that. When that decision was made, I really wasn't making any Heresy content. And for reasons that will become apparent, they sort of favoured, I think, sort of people who were doing more on the modelling and painting side of things. So I didn't think I was going. I was just going to, watch from home and make a little video about releases and things like that. But then on Thursday, a few of my friends who were going as creators messaged me saying that if I wanted to come, there was a ticket available for me on Saturday. A couple of people got those messages. So I said yes, and not really knowing what I was going to, I barreled up the motorway this morning and had a look around and bumped into loads of people I haven't seen for ages, loads of people I've never met before, and generally had a thoroughly lovely time. Now, no spoilers. Everything I'm about to show you has already all over the internet and has been all day. So this is just a little guided tour, I guess. So yeah, this is Warhammer World. And here we are at the Heresy Open Day. It was really lovely. It wasn't too busy. There was all sorts of things going on. They'd sort of configured Warhammer World a bit to cope with it. There's quite a long queue in these photos for the stands, and here is a load of people who are on painting tables painting up the new Mark 6 Space Marines. A lot of people have been invited, including, as you can see just there, loads of cosplayers. So the whole room was active. There was an awful lot of people I recognized from Twitter and Instagram and that, and an awful lot of people, people dressed up. It wasn't just Heresy cosplayers. It was all sorts of people. I think they just invited back all the people from their recent 25th birthday celebrations. But yeah, it was a lovely little day. You can see there's some playtest games just going on there, which I'll get to in a second, where there were staff on hand. There was also a room out the back where there were proper tables set up in case you wanted to really play the whole game with your own models. More cosplayers there. These are Deathwatch, not that Heresy, but I think it was fun to have everyone walking around. Yeah, and it was really lovely. I just walked around all day. I spoke to lots of people. Lots of people came up and said hello and said they liked the channel, which is really nice. So if you're one of those people, thank you. Everyone was very complimentary. And there were a few sort of big things. That thing you can see over there with the Warhammer logo is a meet and greet stand. So they scheduled a lot of the content creators to do like meet and greets, which was nice. I mean, they were all wandering around all day. I think they'd all been very busy for the last few days. And this was almost the quietest day if you were there as a content creator. This was almost your easy day to sort of walk around and just chat to people. So whether you needed a meet and greet, I'm not sure. So there was the meet and greet. And over this queue you can see here is actually a queue for some cabinets which were showing the new box set contents painted by the people who came as the creators. So I think that's why a lot of it was modeling people who are maybe new to Heresy, was because they sent them some models and they painted them all up. So here we are. There's Hellstorm Mikey's Iron Hands. Basically, I think everyone got, I'm not sure, really, I'm not one of the people, but everyone got a little set and was asked to paint up an amount of it. And then they were all displayed, so you could see all their different interpretations of the Heresy. Some lovely play on Space Wolves there. Of course, one of the major benefits of doing it like this, I suppose, is that it means that you can see how versatile that one box can be. One of the things people always say about Heresy is, it's just boring Marines. But there's actually a mass. I've done some videos recently on how much variation there is in here. So, you know, it was lovely to see this as well, because although a lot of these are painting people, some aren't. And so there's sort of all different styles and all different things in there. So as well as viewing their models, there was also a proper, like a sort of mini, I guess like a mini Golden Demon-y thing, painting competition. But I didn't get very good shots of that, so I won't show them here. I think a few people were in the contending for that. We also got to look at the new Mark 6 Beekee Marine. So loads of those pre-assembled and coated in black and white, ready to for you to paint if you wanted to. I figured, I didn't paint one. I figured, you know, I'm going to be painting a lot of those in the next few months, so maybe I wouldn't spend my time sitting there. And then also you could, there were various tables in the main room with these like, I love the colors they chose. Very basic, greens versus blues, playtest games with attendance teaching you how to play and little rules guides. From what I gather, it's the same as everyone knows. It's 7th edition with a few changes, a few simplifications, and a sort of reaction mechanic, a bit like Age of Sigmar, where it looks like you've got a certain amount of reactions you can do a turn, and they're things like, you know, counter charge and stuff like that. But otherwise pretty simple. And then there was like a proper gaming room out the back in what they usually use for a canteen if you wanted to bring your own models. It was lovely. Finally, of course, on display were all the new models, including these new books. And God, they're chunky. I mean, I said this, and of course the rulebook's chunky. It's not only the rulebook, it's also the 7th edition rulebook is not a short book, but it's also all the background material. So yeah, of course it's going to be quite a chunky thing. But generally, everything else was on display that you've probably seen before. And I just spent my day chatting to people. I met loads of fun people. I met many people I didn't know before. And being complimented and being in the enviable position of getting to swan around like a influencer while not actually having to do any of the hard work of being interviewed or play testing. So yeah, that was nice. Of course, since I drove up, I missed all the reveals, but I don't mind. I had a lovely, lovely time. So I think this is a really clever idea. It's something that a lot of video games companies have been doing for a while. You know, invite creators to a big event and, you know, sort of let them do a bit of your marketing for you. It's a clever idea. It engages the community. It gets you, as we saw with those models that have been painted, it gets you a broad spectrum of responses straight away. You know, there were, you know, gaming and tactics people there. There were painting and modeling people there. There were people like Greg Dam from the Imperial Truth podcast, who is like a heresy event organizer, stalwart of the scene for years and years. It was really lovely. But yeah, as I said, it does mean that I missed all the new releases. So since this is a response video, I should probably just quickly go through them. I've seen them all in person. You've seen some of them there already. But yeah, so what have we got? We've got, so this is all the stuff that actually came out concurrent with this. Again, so I'm not really spoiling anything. Revealed new box set for Warhammer the Horus Heresy at Warhammer Fest. So the box set contents have been officially revealed. I know they did the picture, but this is actually what it is. Here we go. Oh, this is weird. So strange story. I used this exact stock audio track in a fake film trailer that I made last week for a theatre production. How weird. We used it for like a... Anyway, yeah, I shouldn't be talking about that. Yeah. I don't think this is going to show me anything. So let's keep going. Here's the Horus Heresy box, the Age of Darkness. It's got the Mark 6s we know. It has the 2 Praetors we know. It has the Contemptor we know. And it has the Spartan we know. And it has the Cataphractii, which we've, of course, all seen before because they've been around for a few years. But most importantly, it has a massive book. It has the templates and dice you would expect. And of course, it has whippy sticks. That's the most retro, not 7th edition, not scatter dice or templates, whippy sticks. That's the most important thing here. Very importantly, it's going to cost less than 200. Now, my plan for Tale of Four Gamers was that me and Russ would split one, because I don't need all the models, but we all know that saying you need certain models is a silly thing in this hobby. So less than 200 quid. It's going to be hard not to, isn't it? Anyway, there was also a few specifics. So we have plastic Demos Rhino. Oh, bloody hell. All right. There we are. Classic Demos Rhino here. I'm not going to play all these because I think you've probably seen them. But yeah, so that's the Rhino that was previously a resin conversion kit to the plastic on normal 40k Rhino. Which is now a full plastic model with a lovely little Mark II guy. So all the guys who drive tanks in this seem to be Mark II, which is encouraging, right? We've also got a new heavy battle tank, the Kratos heavy battle tank, which is like a big Sicaran, it looks like. Didn't actually see one of those at Horus Heresy, which is lovely. It has a couple of different cannon options, which is nice. So that's nice. It's got a load of weapon options. So you get a weapon upgrade set for the Mark 6 box. So everyone's like, why don't we get all the weapons in the box? Why can't I equip it like a tactical squad? If you didn't know, in Heresy, generally, squads have the same guns. So tactical squads are squads of 10 to 20 Marines with just bolt guns. And if you want special weapons, then all the people in the squad, usually, I mean, unless it's changed, all of them have the same special weapon. So you get then, you might decide to equip 5 guys as a tactical support squad. They all have plasma guns, or they all have melter guns. So, so the special weapon upgrade set has 10 melter guns, 10 plasma guns, 10 Volkite calibers and chargers. Chargers are the short range one, calibers are the long range ones, 10 flamers and 10 rotor cannons. And then the heavies have a similar thing, 10 heavy bolters and 10 missile launchers, or 10 of the energy weapons. So the idea is basically you just get this set and it makes you heavy weapon squads. Easy, right? Lovely. And then finally, there was a general more releases reveal. Libra Astartes and Libra Hereticus are, half of the... I think they probably both have the same base units and then have the... specific heresy-specific units for each legion in there. So that's quite fun. It's like an index book. Tactical squads, of course, we know, available separately, and the Mark III and Mark IV reboxed and available separately. I like this Forge World style color plate on the front. It almost looks like an Osprey kit, like an old Roman 172 scale kit or something like that, historicals. They've released some of the characters, and yeah, look, that's it. So basically, this was big mega heresy reveal day, wasn't it? Everything we know of, at least everything that's going to come out at release. I don't think we still know when the release is, but everything that's coming out at release is now revealed. And they had a big event to celebrate it, which was really nice. I hope it's obvious. It seems obvious to me when you look at the event, why there were so few, relatively few tickets. And I would assume that's because, as you look around this space, making room for the meet and greet stand and all the playtest tables and the painting racks means, you just got a bit less space than you would usually have. And I get it, primarily, I guess this is it's a marketing event, isn't it? This gives, 1,000 people, I suppose, the chance to, share their info about it and brings a lot of the community together. One of the things we were talking about, I talked about with many people that are other content creators, Greg Dam from the Imperial Truth, Ninjon, the Cult of Paint guys, the Vanguard Tactics guys, Silver Paints, Quipster, all these people, was how rare it is actually for any of us to meet each other. We sort of all know each other from watching videos or seeing people's stuff online, but it's really rare for us to get in the same room, and this is a lovely way to do it, really. So it's a lovely way for us to do it. It's a lovely way to get lots and lots of different responses to a release, and it's a lovely way for meet people and for people to find out firsthand. So also, one thing to say, a lot of people there weren't old-fashioned Heresy fans. There were definitely some people that I recognised from my previous life playing Heresy First Edition. But a huge amount of people here, I think, were new to Heresy, which is exactly what you want, right? That's what we want. New people playing this evidently huge new release. So look, I'm glad to have gone. I've said it before, but I think it's a very good idea to do these sort of things. And I'm glad I got to be part of it, even if it meant 6 hours on the motorway today. Otherwise, Heresy is coming. I'm not sure when. I've got a load of hobby projects to try and get done before then, because as soon as it happens, we will be starting Tale of Four Gamers 3. When we do Tale of Four Gamers 3, we are going to try and properly organize ourselves to do monthly updates and to try and do people, community updates as well. So if anyone fancies building along with us, we'll set out the plans probably in June or July. And I imagine we'll build through to the end of the year and try and get a reasonable size army together by then. So if anyone wants to use that as an impetus to get themselves an army painted, then feel free. We're going to try and get more people on, have some guests in, have some people talking about their armies, and then maybe view photos if people are up for sending them in. So yeah, we're going to be doing other things, but for us, a lot of the rest of this year, certainly in Tale of Four Gamers, is going to be Heresy focused. It's a bit interesting because I've mostly been playing Underworlds for the last year. So the idea of building a big army and playing a big game again is a little daunting in amongst making all these, but I'm looking forward to it. So look, lovely to see everybody. If you were one of the people that came up and was very nice, then thank you. And if you're one of the many, many brilliant people that I met, then lovely to meet you. And hopefully brilliant things will come of it. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this little tour and check out, they're all over the internet. So everyone bigger than me, basically, will have a ton of content coming out over the next few days. I'm sure Games Workshop will have some too. So yeah, check it out and give them your support, because I really like them doing this, and I'd like to make sure that in whatever way I can, make it feel like it's a bit of a success, because I want to go to more of them. Anyway, yeah, I've taken up too much of your time. Thanks. And next week, I don't think I'm going to respond to anything. I'm just going to do some Heresy lore videos. Bye.